evening and welcome to this edition of News Leader. Today is Tuesday, August the 9th, 2022. I'm Andrew Todd. In tonight's news, Mayor Pro Tem Dr. Jimmy Blanks was honored. There's a new app to help keep students and faculty safe at Tennessee schools, and a Tullahoma High School junior received a musical honor. We'll have all these stories and more on tonight's News Leader.
Parkview Senior Living, active, independent senior living at its finest.
I was skeptical about getting the COVID-19 vaccine. There are a lot of opinions being shared. But I had the chance to talk with my doctor about my concerns. He told me the vaccines are backed by decades of research, and that the vaccines are proven safe and effective. Now I'm protected and ready to put this pandemic behind us. Join the millions of Tennesseans who have decided to give COVID-19 vaccines a shot. Visit covid19.tn.gov to find an appointment today.
We teach Parkinson's patients how to move big and not let the Parkinson's slow them down. I've had patients I've treated in-house that could not even stand up, could not roll over in the bed, left the facility walking with a walker, have come back to us in outpatient and continued their big program and are now completely handling life. The success of the program is just phenomenal.
Let us champion your recovery. Life Care Center of Tullahoma.
Welcome back. Tullahoma's Mayor Pro Tem Dr. Jimmy Blanks had a retirement party last night before his last Tullahoma Board of Mayor and Alderman meeting, and then was honored during the meeting.
At this time, we have a very special proclamation that I'd like to make. And at this time, I'd like to ask Mayor Pro Tem, Alderman Blanks, if you would to join me in front of the desk for a little proclamation. It's a sad occasion, but a happy occasion. And to present to James H. Blanks in recognition for your dedicated service for Mayor Pro Tem 2019 to 2022, and Alderman from 2009 to 2019. All I can say is that's a long time. Mayor Pro Tem Blanks, congratulations on your service. Thank you for your service to our city.
Thank you, Mayor. Citizens of Tullahoma, staff, I stand before you tonight a happy man. I started serving on this board 13 years ago. 14 years ago, I ran for alderman and was beat by Coach Mathis by 151 votes. Mike Stanton led the pack. During that time, I've served with many distinguished alder people: Greg Sandlin, James Eads, Mike Stanton, Coach Mathis, Mike Norris. Troy Bisbee was my first mayor. Nancy Eads replaced James Eads when he passed. Sandy Lindeman, Renee Keene, Jackie Duncan, Ray Noes, Robin Dunn, Rupa Blackwell, Cernobia McGee, Daniel Berry, and Jenna Amacher. It's been a pleasure to serve with all these people over the years. I think we've had ups and downs. I think we've made a lot of progress in this town. There are some things that got done, and it was just not me. It was these people that I've spoken about. I think I even forgot to put Lane Curley's name in there. Lane, I'm sorry. Served under Administrator Jody Balls and also served with Jennifer Moody as administrator. We couldn't get these things done without these people. I have a city recorder, Rosemary. Thank you for keeping us in line over the years, making sure the voting machines were done properly. But like I said, there's a lot of people that I've served with, and it was a pleasure. I will miss this a little bit. I would like to thank my wife and my son for allowing me to stay away from home. I mean, to sit up here, and I'm speaking to you guys mostly, You know what it's like to serve. You have a heart to serve, and it is not easy. You will get ridicule. You will get adulation, but the ridicule cuts sometimes. But we have to have thick skin because we want to serve the people of Tullahoma. So that's what I always would keep in mind when you would get hecklers or people dogging you. Like I told Coach Carden one time, he was standing right here giving us the devil. I said, you know, if we're doing such a bad job, why don't you run? Go get your little petition and get your 25 name. He said, well, I voted for you. I said, I appreciate that. I said, why don't you run? He said, no, I don't want to do that. And then he started laughing. So, you know, it's real easy to sit out here but it's harder to sit up there. But we have to have people that'll run, you know, and people that will have a little bit of thick skin and have the people of Tullahoma's, you know, the people of Tullahoma who you represent. So keep that in mind. We'll have some new people on the board here in a couple of weeks. So, you know, my word of advice is think before you speak. And it's a lot easier to sit back here, an armchair alderman or mayor or pro tem or whatever, than it is to sit up there and try to help lead the city. So, you know, sometimes it's easier to be an armchair alderman than to be an actual alderman. But I appreciate my time with the board that's up here right now. Y'all been a pleasure. There's been ups and downs, but we've suffered through it. We lived through COVID. We lived through that mess. You know, we were doing stuff online. It was nuts. And here we are. We survived it, you know, and we've made progress. So I appreciate the time, Mayor, and the citizens of Tullahoma. Thanks for letting me serve you. Thank you.
The state of Tennessee has released an app to help ensure the safety of Tennessee students and faculty. The press release from Governor Bill Lee reads, quote, "Dear friends, as Tennessee students return to the classroom next week, we want to make sure your family is prepared for the upcoming school year. Every Tennessean has an active role to play in ensuring school safety, and that starts with downloading the SafeTN app. I invite your family to use this tool to quickly and confidentially report safety concerns at your child's school and in your community. In the coming weeks, we will share additional resources and next steps to enhance school safety across Tennessee so that every parent continues to have full confidence their child is safe at school. This month, Tennessee families can also prepare for the school year by stocking up on groceries during Tennessee's month-long grocery tax suspension, which runs through August 31st. We look forward to another great school year and remain committed to doing our part so that every Tennessean has unlimited opportunity," end quote. The app can be found at the Google Play Store and the Apple App Store for free. And we'll be right back after these messages.
MacArthur Manor Assisted Living is passionate about creating better experiences for our Manchester seniors. Our residents describe us in a few words.
Welcoming.
When you walk through the doors at MacArthur Manor, we'll treat you like family.
Caring.
Through high standards of personalized care, we help residents live life to its fullest.
Engaging.
With a wide range of life-enriching activities, there is something for everyone at MacArthur Manor. With our residents and staff now vaccinated, call us today to schedule your safe and personalized tour.
There's a lot of talk about the risks associated with the COVID-19 vaccine, but the reality is, it's safer than going for a run. Give it a shot. Find a free appointment today at covid19.tn.gov.
We tend to lose our motivation when we have something that's chronic, but you've got to do what you can early on as you can. After I'd exercise like that, I would have a lot of energy to do housework or whatever I needed. Well, I would recommend it highly to anyone at any degree of Parkinson.
Let us champion your recovery. Life Care Center of Tullahoma.
Welcome back. In our continuing coverage of Mayor Noah's quarterly planning and coordinating committee, We hear from Brenda Cannon, Director of Community Relations at Montlow State Community College.
I want to first say that tuition is flat, no increases, which is a good thing. We have begun construction of our soccer field, and we are so excited. So if you want to drive through campus and see a lot of dirt moved, we welcome you to that. Full term and summer session ends August the 5th. The fall semester is taking shape. New student orientations continue. Our numbers are looking good, and people are working really, really hard, and we appreciate that. Fall convocation for us will be held on August the 18th. Everybody will come together in Nisbet Center on the Moore County campus, and we have not been able to do that for the last 2 years, so we are really excited about that. Fall semester classes, when students come back, is August the 22nd, which will also be our week of welcome. We are in an enrollment push. We encourage and invite you to come be a student. Send your children, send your neighbors, bring yourself, okay? We are your community college. Access us. Let us help you, because that is why we are here. And thank you for letting us be a part of this great community.
Also at the Quarterly Planning and Coordinating Committee, we also heard from Rupa Blackwell from the Diversity and Inclusion Committee.
A lot of things are going on, and it's fitting that I'm sitting here with Linda right now, because one of the things we're working on are some things at with the downtown. So Halloween is on Halloween this year. I mean, it is in general, but for the 31st, the downtown businesses will be, if anyone with an orange bow, is a place where your community, your kids can come and trick or treat. So looking forward to that. That's a fantastic event that we do downtown. Also working with her on the George Orr tree lighting and with our downtown businesses to try to make that a bit more festive of an event. Another thing that I wanted to bring up is that we will be having, separately from a lot of stuff, I'll be having an ice cream social at Dosset on August 18th at 4:30 p.m. And I wanted to get that information out. A dear friend of mine has terminal cancer, and she wanted to, in lieu of food, she asked us to do this. So I thought this was a great moment to actually put this out there in case anybody's watching. But we will be giving out ice cream to kids at Dosset on that day. The other thing is, thank you, Mr. Anderson, for bearing with all the emails, and Ms. Moody and Jordan with some ideas for the parks and what we can do with ADA accessibility. So that's another project that we're working on as well.
We'll be right back with more news after these messages.
It's not invoice. It's not MSRP. It's not Christmas Day, although it may feel like it. It's the lowest prices in Middle Tennessee, period. Get to Stan McNabb Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram or Stan McNabb Chevrolet Buick GMC Cadillac before these prices are gone forever.
The individuals with dementia, those with Parkinson's, those that have maybe mobility issues, need caregivers. Well, those caregivers are 24 hours a day at home, and they never get a rest. And if they have to go to work, they're kind of out of luck. So that's why Trinity came into existence 25 years ago, to allow the caregivers to have a safe center where they could put their loved ones, know they would be well cared for, stimulated, fed good nutritious meals, have activities to their level, and then the caregiver can stop by and pick them up and go on home and have some continuity into their life.
Also at the Quarterly Planning and Coordinating Committee, we also heard from Brenda Lee, Chair of Dream Tullahoma and on the Tullahoma Area Economic Development Board.
I'm not going to take all the juice away from Winston, our new Economic Development Director, but we do have a lot of new stores, new people, new jobs who need new housing. So I was a member of the steering committee for the comprehensive plan, which is extremely important for this city to get underway so that we can apply for grants and can get some federal funds moving into our area and helping our city budget. We also, not only that, but for private investment. But I do want to mention something. I've been traveling a lot lately, and one of the things that I noticed is customer service. So with all these new jobs and new people and things that we have coming up, I would like to reach out to our businesses and say, make sure you give our new employees some good customer service training, and maybe our chamber should look at doing something like that too, because we do want to make sure that everybody comes to Tullahoma and shops here. So I just noticed that on my travels that some of that is lacking to other places, and I don't want it to happen to Tullahoma. I kind of feel like I represent sometimes the Arnold Engineering Development Center, and so I did want to kind of give you an update on the Arnold Community Council. But also, if you read in the newspaper, the TVA always puts out an economic impact study on what Arnold does for our communities. And this year it was $864 million is the economic impact of Arnold Engineering Center in the state of Tennessee, but as we know, it basically comes to our region. So just to give you a little bit of reference point here, in 2016 it was $609 million. It kind of was not very regulated during COVID, but that's a $155 million increase in 1 year. And just so you know, we've gotten over $300 million in federal funds out to make improvements to the facilities and different things that are going on at the base, and that will be continuing to the hundreds of millions of dollars in the near future. Just so you know that there's a lot of good things going on out there. And we have an AEDC fellow with us here today, Dave Bond, but I did want to just remind us too that the people that do the work out there are doing some great things. And we just recognized Dr. Bobby, I'm sorry, I just went blank here. Dr. Bobby Nichols, yes, for AEDC, as an AEDC fellow, and his kids grew up here. His family's a very well-known family here. His son's my doctor. I mean, these are the types of people that live out there that are making this kind of economic impact to our community. So I just want to make sure that it's on the forefront of what we're doing, and I had certainly am in approval of the aerospace and defense recognition for our economic development efforts too. But the Arnold Community Council is very important, and they took a trip in May to Congress, and we went to Washington. And there were 15 people from Franklin County and Coffee County basically representing ACC in Washington. And we got to meet with 18 different congressmen in 7 states and or their staffers, as well as we gave a reception, which was one of the very first receptions after COVID. And we have over 120 staffers come to this reception that we had while we hosted in Washington, D.C. That's unheard of in the last 2 or 3 years. So everyone there heard of who Tullahoma, Tennessee was, who Arnold Engineering Development Center and Arnold Air Force Base, and that what their importance is in every major acquisition program that we have in the United States military. So just so you know, we had lunch with Congressman Rose, we met with Desjardins and Haggerty, Senator Haggerty and Senator Blackburn. So we are out there doing those kinds of things. Also, which leads me into the Great American Defense Community Award, which I don't know if we talked about that the last time we met, but I can't say it enough. What's going to be coming up is September 8th. The Great American Defense Community, the Association of Defense Communities who gave us that award, one of 34 in the nation, and we are the smallest community to receive that award with a base that does something completely different than what most bases do. They're going to be visiting September 8th. And we have a contingent of 4 or 5 different board members from that organization coming to take some video of our town and what we do and how are we showing ourselves as a great American defense community. So I implore you all to dress your businesses up as red, white, and blue. After Labor Day, leave it up through September 12th. I mean, September 11th is around the corner too. So please let's show our true colors, our patriotic colors, at least through September 8th or September 11th. And so I do want to ask the businesses to do that. Because we will be driving through town. They'll be taking a tour at AEDC. We'll have a luncheon at UTSI and do a tour. We'll go to the high school, to the Beechcraft. We've got a lot planned for that group for that particular day. And they're making a beautiful video that we'll be able to use for the next few years on what Tullahoma is all about. The other thing is Dream Tullahoma, and as it's been referenced a couple of times, is the Arnold Heritage Center and Innovation Park. We're still going through the process of making sure we've got everything ready to get some federal funds, and that's a process. So, but we have been accepted to the Department of Commerce Economic Development Administration's Project Accelerator program, so they will help us write the grants. And if once we get the grant, then we kind of feel like we're in the money. But also with the Appalachian Regional Commission, we've been accepted to one of their capacity building programs too. So the other thing I did want to mention, I'm so sorry to take so long, but I'm glad you guys, other folks, were short, is we have a new commander at the base, and that's Colonel Randy Laz Gordon, and I know him well now, but we want to welcome him and make him and his family feel extremely welcome. We only have 50 active duty Air Force folks at the base, but he obviously has a large contractor group that works for him. And he's got an incredible resume. I recommend everyone go on and read his resume. He's truly a fast burner, test pilot, and he was actually one of the pioneers of how the Air Force has changed the way they are doing acquisition programs. And so I want you to go and, if you can, read about him, because he's an incredible human being. Colonel Garrity got promoted to Brigadier General, is now down at Eglin Air Force Base in Florida. And we just want to make sure that Colonel Gordon feels welcome and to our great American defense community. The other one is Dr. John Schmischer at UTSI will be taking over next week as the executive director, and he's of course one of our own now. He lives in Tullahoma, so let's make him feel we're very honored to have him to be our new executive director.
After these messages, we'll be right back.
Here at Barkview Senior Living, they're human friendly. That's why I love it here, and so does my senior human. When they want a bite, they get chef-prepared meals, and so do I. Movies in the theater, day trips, walks on the trail, and other senior humans to play with. The grass and the grounds are exquisite. It's everything my human needs to be healthy and active. Parkview Senior Living, for your dog's best friend, you.
Hi, I'm Fran Gray with Alzheimer's Tennessee. When you receive a diagnosis of Alzheimer's disease for yourself or someone you love, please know that you do not have to go through this journey alone. Alzheimer's Tennessee is here for you to provide support and education, all the help you may need to get through this challenge. Our number is 931-434-2348. We encourage you to give us a call. We're here to help.
Welcome back. In the late summer months, the Tullahoma High School Music Department received some exciting news as junior Ann Duncan was named an All-National Honor Choir member. Duncan said, quote, "When I first learned that I was selected to the All-National Honor Choir, I was speechless. I immediately called my family and close friends to tell them. I just couldn't believe that I had been selected. I'm so excited that I get the opportunity to sing with other very talented people my age and learn new vocal techniques to improve my voice," end quote. Last semester, Duncan was selected to the Tennessee All-State Choir, which made her eligible to audition for the All-National Honor Choir. Duncan recorded a video of her singing "A Fond Kiss" by Robert Burns for her audition. She spent about a month practicing the piece and submitted her recording a day before the deadline. She had to sing the piece a cappella with no background music, which made it more difficult to stay on tempo since there was no instrument as a reference. While challenging, Duncan's audition was accepted, and she learned the news in the middle of July. Her chorus teacher, Melissa Hines, shared Duncan's excitement when the news broke that she had been selected. Hines said, quote, "I am so proud of Ann for successfully auditioning for National Honor Choir. She prepared for this audition on her own during the busiest time of the school year. This achievement is a testament to Ann's commitment, hard work, and musicianship, as well as the support of her family and friends. The excellence of the music program at THS is only going to rise because of students like Ann Duncan," end quote. Following the announcement, Duncan will travel to Baltimore in November to perform with other All-National Honor Choir members. Duncan said, "I am super excited about traveling to Maryland in November. The thing I'm excited about the most is getting to sing with everyone and hear the heavenly sound of all those beautiful voices coming together. Being a part of that sound is like being in another world," end quote. Congratulations, Miss Duncan, on this incredible achievement. And don't forget to tune into this week's Living Show tonight at 6:30 p.m., Thursday morning at 9 a.m., Thursday, Friday, and Saturday evenings at 6:30 p.m. This week's guests include Tullahoma Police Chief Williams with some police pointers, and Jackie Duncan will stop by to chat with us. All that and more on this week's Living. And stay with us, we'll have your weather forecast right after these messages.
MacArthur Manor Assisted Living is passionate about creating better experiences for our Manchester seniors. Our residents describe us in a few words.
Welcoming.
When you walk through the doors at MacArthur Manor, we'll treat you like family. Caring. Through high standards of personalized care, we help residents live life to its fullest.
Engaging.
With a wide range of life-enriching activities, there is something for everyone at MacArthur Manor. With our residents and staff now vaccinated, call us today to schedule your safe and personalized tour.
So you've been meaning to do something healthy, commune with nature, get outdoors and meet new people. We have the perfect solution. Come hike with us. You can find a Tennessee Trails Association chapter near you, including Clarksville, Columbia Franklin, Highland Rim, Jackson, Knoxville, Oak Ridge, Memphis, Murfreesboro, Nashville, Plateau at Crossville, and Upper Cumberland. We're on the web at TennesseeTrails.org. It's fun, it's stress-free, and it's good for you. See you on the trails. Welcome back. We'll take a look at your weather forecast at this time, starting with your weather history on this date. Our record high was in 1930 at 103 degrees. The record low was in 1989 at 51 degrees. The average high for this day is 87, and the average low is 67. Storms possible for tonight with a low of 69. 70% chance of storms for Wednesday with a high of 84 and a low of 69, and storms likely on Thursday with a high of 83 and a low of 66. And that's our News Leader report for this evening. We invite you to join us each Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday evenings at 6, 8, and 10 p.m. for News Leader. Stay safe and have a great evening.